ArkOS4Clone is the one project which aims to continue the ArkOS on these handheld devices. Now it's time for me to show you how to install ArkOS4Clone onto the R36Max. This process will have a similar way of doing it in like in the R36S device, and I will start by getting out the SD card and plugging it into the computer. So bear with me, in this video I'm going to show you all the instructions you need to get the new ArkOS working on the R36Max. Now, in order to get the R36S firmware, you need to navigate to the ArkOS4Clone GitHub page, which is this one, and you'll also get the link in the description down below. And practically you can read whatever they have in here. They support quite some devices, and they also have the motivation of the project and stuff like that. But you'll just generally need to go to the releases, and I used Mega to download this. Download the whole thing into your home folder. It will take a couple of minutes maybe. Then you will need to flash the device SD card, and you will then need to do some configuration in order to make it work properly, but I will show you. The ArkOS image from the Mega was downloaded right here, and you should be able to check it. It has like 4 gigs, which is good. The next thing that you need to make sure is that you have the software to flash it. Now, usually I use the Raspberry Pi Imager, which you can search for it and download it from the Raspberry Pi website. I use the Linux as a first-class citizen, but that shouldn't be a problem for you. If you are using Windows or macOS, the process stays the same. After you download and install the Raspberry Pi Imager, or you can try your own Imager if you are feeling adventurous, it's time to flash your SD card. So make sure you have the SD card plugged into your computer. Once you plug it in, you need to make sure that you select the right storage. So in your Raspberry Pi Imager, or whatever Imager you are using, I need to select the internal SD card reader, and then in the OS part I will need to navigate and choose the ArkOS4Clone. Now with the right command I'm going to wipe out everything which is on the internal SD card reader, and that's why it's asking me if I want to continue, and you will press yes, and then the flash will be starting, and wait for it to finish. Now the previous step was practically the same as in the video with the R36S. Simply because it's the same operating system, it doesn't have any other modification, so the same process will work for flashing the device. But when it comes to configuring it, it's important to make sure that on the R36Max you will do the tweaks differently than in the R36S. So, as you know from the last video, if you are a Windows user, you can use this DTB selector exe, which is not available for me because I'm on Linux, and you can configure your device for R36Max. But in my case, it's I have to do it manually. So what I need to do, and first, is to go to consoles, and you got an R36Max folder. So I just need to copy all these files to the root folder. Make sure to replace them just in case. Good. The next step would be to copy the image file from the kernel common. If you go to the consoles kernel and the common, you get this image file, copy over into the root partition, replace if necessary. Now the last step is to add the logo, which logo you can find in the logo folder, and it should be the one C720p. Let's open it. It's, yeah, the R36Max has a 720 by 720 the resolution. We will copy this over, we replace if necessary, and that would be it. Now we are ready for plugging the SD card into the device. So don't forget to unmount properly and then plug your SD card into the R36 device. Now, after you configured your SD card for R36Max correctly, then it's time to plug it in. Okay, and turn on your device. Just be aware that the first time boot will be much longer for you. For me it's shorter. I did this before just to check the steps, but you shouldn't have any problem at all. So you can see ArkOS4Clone booting up with emulation station, and we are ready to go. Now remember the instructions that I told you to install games with ports. Don't forget to check my other videos for that. And one cool thing about this OS, and practically the motivation that I had in mind when starting up this road, was that the previous version of ArkOS didn't work with the Wi-Fi. So it just worked with the Ethernet dongle, which is kind of uncomfy to me because I have to be near the router, which is not here on my desk. And to prove the point, so I have the same Wi-Fi dongle that I've used in all the videos. So this now works out of the box. And I studied the problem with the previous device, the ArkOS, but the thing is that there was a missing module and something broke in the kernel. That's why I say that I recommend this ArkOS clone, since it's much more stable and it seems Wi-Fi pretty much works. Now to prove this thing, we need to go to Wi-Fi toggle just to make sure that it's on. It seems to me that it's automatically enabled once you plug in the Wi-Fi adapter. If you want to make sure you are connected to the Wi-Fi, just use the network info script in the options menu, and it should give you, you see, I have an IP address, I have a gateway, so I'm really good to go. What else can you wish? And it's about time that you, in this case, go to the tools, go to the port master and open port master, install your favorite games, then rock and roll. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It will be very important to me, and let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Thank you so much.